Hello everyone, I am Dr. Rangeen Pallav Tripathi and I welcome you all to this MOOCs course on Substantive Criminal Law. Whenever we talk about the emerging areas of law today, we talk about cyber law, we talk about air and space law. Whenever we talk about the important areas of law today, we talk about corporate law, business laws and so on. But we need to remember that criminal law remains the most fundamental aspect of any legal system, because over a period of time the state has expanded its activities where it also makes laws about how we buy and sell stocks and shares. But maintenance of law and order, maintenance of that basic peace in the society remains the most basic function of the state. And criminal law pertains to maintenance of that basic peace in the society, because crime is usually defined as some kind of wrong which violates some societal interest. Criminal law is usually divided into two aspects. One is substantive criminal law, the other is procedural criminal law. Substantive criminal law refers to that part of criminal law which defines crimes and which prescribes punishment for these crimes. The most major act, the most major statute in this relation is the Indian Penal Code. And there are certain other laws in this area, for example, Dowry Prohibition Act, Anti-Corruption Act, Domestic Violence Act and so on. On the other hand, procedural criminal law refers to the Code of Criminal Procedure, the Indian Evidence Act and certain other special legislations which are applicable in terms of the procedure to be followed in relation to some specific kind of offences. They deal with the procedure which the courts will adopt while adjudicating a criminal matter. Our focus in this course will be on substantive criminal law. So, we will be covering some major portions of the Indian Penal Code and we will also be covering certain provisions in some other related legislations like Dowry Prohibition Act, Domestic Violence Act and so on. This course will consist of 35 modules spread over 15 weeks, out of which 13 weeks will be instruction based videos, reading materials and other such texts, whereas 2 weeks will be dedicated to revision and assessment. Over the period of this course, we will be covering some fundamental areas of criminal law like what is a crime, how crime is defined, what are the general exceptions to the criminal liability of an individual, what are the different offences concerning human body, human property, human reputation, what are the sexual offences, what are the offences concerning the state which are against the state and so on. At the end of this course, primarily 4 things are expected as the learning outcomes. First, that whenever you come across a set of facts, you will be able to identify whether those set of facts constitute an offence as defined under the different provisions of the Indian Penal Code. That is, you will be able to make out whether from the facts which are proved in a particular case, whether the ingredients of any particular offence under the Indian Penal Code is established or not established. Secondly, you will be able to identify that whenever a person is held guilty of having committed a crime, whether he is entitled to any of the exemptions which have been provided under the provisions of general exceptions under the Indian Penal Code. That is, whether even if he has committed a crime, he is entitled to be exempted from his criminal liability under the provisions of the Indian Penal Code. Thirdly, it is expected that whenever a person is guilty of crime and he is not entitled to the benefits of any general exceptions, what is the minimum and what is the maximum punishment which may be imposed on such an individual. And lastly, at the end of this course, it is expected that you will be able to participate in the various debates which are ongoing in relation to the different areas of criminal law. You will be able to contribute meaningfully to any suggestions about how criminal law should be reformed and how we can go ahead in fine-tuning the different aspects of criminal law. I wish you all the luck for this course. Thank you.